Good morning. The growing problem of abuse against shop staff. Figures seen by Breakfast suggest nearly 40% of workers have considered quitting the industry altogether because of incidents like this. I'll have all the details.
And shop staff say they are increasingly worried about their safety at work, and many are considering leaving their jobs.
Peter has been looking at this story for us. Morning, Peter.
Good morning. Yeah, it's so scary, isn't it? We're talking about people who are often on minimum wage, who have found themselves in recent years on the front line, really. Good morning, everyone. This isn't a new problem, of course. Since the pandemic, we've reported lots of examples of shop workers facing abusive language, violent behaviour from customers. But it's a problem that is reportedly getting worse. Now, take a look at these pictures. This is footage from a co-op store. You can see staff here. They're trying to keep a mob, really, out of the store facing physical violence they do. Shoplifters are actually inside at the same time here. Then take a look at this. Now, these are masked thieves you've actually got behind the counter in a store. You can see them helping themselves to bottles and things off the shelves, leaving the staff worker there with very little protection. Just two examples of some very shocking but sadly not isolated incidents. In fact, there were around 1,300 reports of threatening and abusive behaviour towards shop staff every day last year. And that is massively increased from a year earlier, the number of incidents up by almost 50%. Little wonder then that in a recent survey, nearly half of shop staff said they often feel unsafe at work. And here's the big problem for the industry. Nearly 40% of workers said they considered quitting retail entirely as a result. Staff like Sunita, who told us she loves her job, but often just feels unsafe at work.
It is scary because things can go from, if a customer notices something that they don't like, they can use you as an emotional punching bag. And, women, just as much as men, can get quite argumentative, even worse, to be honest. It's and they can say some really cruel and hurtful things. I've had to take a couple of breaks from it because it's a tough job. You're there to serve people, but you're there as basically sometimes they don't see you as a human to respect and to be nice to.
Now, the government told us it is focused on this problem. You might remember there was a plan to introduce a new law making abuse against retail staff a specific, standalone, separate criminal offence. Now, that's already happened in Scotland. A bill was announced in the King's speech on this one, but it hasn't started to work its way through Parliament yet, so it's not quite there. And not everyone is convinced it'll actually work. Some legal experts have told me they think it could make the issue worse. Really keen to hear from you on this one. Do you work in retail? Have you considered changing your job like Sunita? Maybe you've been in store and seen examples of abuse. You can get in touch in all the usual ways.
We just want to show you some of these images that we have for you. This is CCTV footage from co-op stores of staff at risk from physical violence. As you can see, workers had to try and keep a mob out of that store. Staff at another had masked thieves get behind the counter to steal bottles off the shelves.
Loads of you getting in touch on this morning. Someone's saying they work in a pharmacy and the team receives verbal abuse every day. Many staff have left because of it.
Yeah, someone else got in touch to say staff being asked to work alone late in the evening adds to the problem, especially in stores where they're not allowed to carry their phones.